Do you have any cash for a cab? Oh look, Grandma's on the money. I never noticed that before.
The world woke up stunned. Prince Harry had just lobbed a legal grenade at a long-running cartoon, accusing the creators of flat-out defamation. Overnight, hashtags exploded, pundits scrambled for microphones, and even insiders whispered, "We didn't see this one coming." To understand why the Duke of Sussex finally drew his legal sword, we have to roll back to early 2023 when the show aired its worldwide privacy tour. Viewers roared as a ginger-bearded royal and his glamorous wife waved placards demanding both privacy and publicity, a razor-sharp jab that instantly trended across every social platform. Back then, it was rumored that Meghan was upset and overwhelmed, while royal watchers claimed their legal team was already casting an eye over the episode. Publicly, they brushed it off, calling the reports nonsense, but privately, the damage was just beginning. Inside their Montecito estate, a storm was brewing. PR firms warned them about brand implosion. Sponsors got cold feet. Even Netflix's focus groups reportedly rolled their eyes when clips from the show were mentioned. The Sussex team urged them to stay quiet, to let the joke pass. But silence had a cost. Things reached a breaking point when a new wave of TikTok videos went viral. Clips from the cartoon mashed up with Harry's interviews started flooding the internet, mocking him with titles like Prince Privacy and the Royal Grifter. That, insiders say, was the moment Harry had enough. Within days, a top-tier legal team was assembled. It included reputation attorneys known for silencing tabloids and an American specialist called the Libel Whisperer. Their mission was crystal clear: prove the cartoonist crossed the line from satire into a vicious personal attack and hit them where it hurts, legally and financially. That Monday, the lawsuit was filed in a California court. 78 pages of claims accusing the show of portraying Harry as a hypocritical, fame-hungry elitist, causing real harm to his public work, especially his mental health and charity efforts. Attached to the complaint, a $100 million damages estimate to repair reputational carnage. Hours later, the show's official account posted just one word: cool. The filing may have surprised the public, but the creators were ready. They've never backed down from controversy, and they weren't about to start now. By noon, headlines were calling it the most explosive celebrity defamation case since the early 2000s. Could a member of the royal family actually win against a show built on ridiculing public figures? Or was this a losing battle that would only further expose him to ridicule? The choice of California wasn't accidental. Harry's team argued that since the show is widely streamed in the state, the reputational harm was amplified there. Simultaneously, they hinted at plans to file a secondary claim in Britain, where the law is more favorable to plaintiffs. Two legal fronts. One mission: silence the cartoon. The defense wasn't backing down either. They called in a First Amendment heavyweight, an attorney famous for defending controversial speech and winning landmark media cases. His position was blunt: this isn't defamation, it's comedy. If Harry wins, satire loses. And while the legal paperwork flew, late-night comedians had a field day. Jokes about the lawsuit filled opening monologues. One called it the royal roast that came back to bite. Another joked Harry was now the only royal more sensitive than his Netflix deal. Online, the war turned tribal. Hashtags exploded. One camp defended free speech. The other called out the long-term effects of targeted ridicule. The debate got louder when several nonprofits quietly distanced themselves from Sussex-related appearances, citing brand confusion. PR consultants warned that Harry's lawsuit could backfire badly. In their words, no one wins against satire. But others said it was a necessary stand, especially for someone trying to rebrand himself as a serious mental health advocate. Then came the twist, a public appearance by the show's creators. They joked they were honored. Harry finally watched the episode and even teased making a sequel. The crowd laughed. Their point was clear: they weren't afraid. When Harry arrived at court for the first hearing, photographers captured every second. He walked in silent, stone-faced, flanked by lawyers. Across the aisle, One of the show's creators strolled in wearing a hoodie that read, "Satire Saves." That image went viral within minutes. The judge wasted no time. "Satire is protected," she said. "But there are lines." Harry's lawyer argued that the cartoon went beyond mockery. It portrayed him as a manipulative opportunist who used his trauma for profit. The result? Real-world reputational damage. The defense fired back hard. The creators don't make documentaries, they make cartoons. Everything is exaggerated. It's their job to poke fun at the powerful. And unless Harry could prove they acted with real malice, knowing the content was false but airing it anyway, his case didn't stand a chance. Then came the expert witnesses. Media scholars argue that satire has always been a legal gray area, protected even when it offends. But royal biographers claimed the episode crossed into territory that damaged Harry's philanthropic credibility, especially overseas. In a key moment, one expert revealed that 2 major sponsors pulled out of funding the Invictus Games after the parody aired. That single revelation caught the courtroom's attention. The link between parody and lost partnerships had just become harder to ignore. The drama escalated when a clip from the creator's deposition leaked. One of them laughed and said they chose Canada in the episode so the royal couple couldn't sue them in England. Harry's team pounced on it as proof the show was deliberately skirting accountability. The defense waved it off as nothing more than off-the-cuff humor. Meanwhile, settlement rumors started swirling. Some said Harry would accept a major donation to one of his charities in exchange for dropping the case. Others claimed the creators demanded a joint interview where everyone laughed it off. But no agreement came. Instead, the judge called both sides into a closed-door meeting and gave them 60 days to settle or prepare for jury trial. The media frenzy intensified. Would a California jury really side with a royal against 2 Americans whose careers are built on mocking public figures? Would the creators be forced to reveal behind-the-scenes messages showing they targeted Harry intentionally? The stakes were rising fast. Observers began debating the long-term impact. If Harry wins, does every late-night comedian become a liability? Does every cartoonist start second-guessing their punchlines? But if he loses, does it send a message that even public figures can be humiliated with zero limits? For Harry, this wasn't just about jokes. It was about identity, legacy, and control over a brand he spent years trying to reshape. For the show's creators, it was about defending the right to ridicule anyone, no matter how famous.